Amen.
Item number 2 in the order paper, communication from the chair.
Colleagues, I welcome you to today's sitting. Matters of national importance. I finished communicating. Yes, Rob.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. Honourable Speaker, you are beginning to shock us. I don't know if this is what Chisanja no sleep means. But thank you for your communication, sir. Allow me to make 3 quick procedural matters, and procedural because we have raised them here and it has not quite happened. Mr. Speaker, this week, medical interns are meant to report to their stations for internship. We have raised the matter here severally, and the government is yet to come through. Most of these medical interns have not reported to their stations. Why? They're waiting for facilitation from government. Some don't even have transport to go to the far-flung places, let alone settle there and begin to do the work they should be doing. We've raised this matter severally. The Vice President gave us commitment. The Minister of Health gave us commitment that Cabinet is going to sit and review this matter. Because he's a medical doctor himself. In fact, I've been seeing the Minister of Health move around different medical facilities. And in the middle of the night, who does he find working? Medical interns. So we need to avail facilitation for these medical interns. There are about 2,000 of them, Mr. Speaker. And for a bare minimum of about 1 million shillings. In fact, there was a time when it was higher, 2.5. Government slashed it to 1 million shillings. That's about 2 billion per month. That's 24 billion per year. Government can find this money, without a doubt. So that these interns are deployed, they go and work. They're the ones who do the bulk of the work in our health facilities.
Procedure matter law.
So that's number 1, right, Mr. Speaker?
Because you have 3.
Yes.
So what do you want us to do here?
Government should give us the feedback they have been promising.
Okay.
That's 1.
Yeah.
Number 2, Mr. Speaker, there are 10 NGOs that were suspended by government for about 8 months now. Government wrote to them and said, we are suspending you as we investigate subversive activities. They thought this would take a short time and they get back to doing their work because they are legally registered entities in this country. And for that time, they've gotten no feedback. They have not gotten a chance to defend themselves. So government has also promised severally that they will give feedback on this. So government has also promised severally that they will give feedback on this matter. Did the investigation end? What happened? Why didn't they get to know about it? Are they meant to be taken to court? They are in limbo. They don't know what's happening. And yet they are registered in this country to do various work that government knows about. So it's only fair that when you are to suspend, communicate. If there's an issue, they should know so that they probably get to defend themselves. That has not happened. And I do have the list here, which I want to table, so that government tells us. And why the list? Government can say that, no, one of those you've mentioned, that one, no, we have not suspended, or this one, or that kind of thing. So I'll table it here. One is African Center for Media Excellence, Agora Center for Research, Alliance for Campaign Finance Monitoring, African Center for Treatment and Rehabilitation of Torture Victims, Chapter 4 Uganda, Center for Constitutional Governance, Uganda National NGO Forum, Network for Public Interest Lawyers, National Coalition of Human Rights Defenders Uganda, and Human Rights Network for Journalists. So government, talk to us about these NGOs. They employ hundreds of Ugandans who have been out of work for all this time because they thought this matter would end quickly, and it has not happened. Finally, Right Honorable Speaker, I, together with colleagues, have been raising the matter of Ugandans who are abducted. And we are very specific with the word abduction. Because what happens is not provided for in the law, that people are picked up and for months their whereabouts are not known. There's a gentleman called Christopher Godi, also known as King Zale. He was taken on 21st April. Up to now, his whereabouts are not known. There's another one called Baliza William. 10th February is when he was taken. Up to now, no one knows where he is. There's a gentleman called Sam Mugumya. He was taken on 26th of August, 2025. It's coming to a year now. Up to now. I keep wondering, if these people have committed an offense, why doesn't government produce them in court? Mr. Speaker, we have been seeing videos of Sam Mugumya. It's because they look to be in very grotesque shape. He cannot walk, he seems paralyzed and so on. If government, as I've seen some government officials say, no, those are not true videos, why not produce him in court so that his family can take a look at him and know this is what's happening? Because it's been a year. Mr. Speaker, this should not be acceptable in my view. I said the other day that the 1995 Constitution is a brainchild of the NRM government. So it bothers me if NRM officials are the ones violating the Constitution they birthed. It should be problematic even to colleagues in the NRM. Mr. Speaker, I kept severally raising the question of Honorable Mwanga Chivumbi. After 19 days, he was dumped at a police station. Meanwhile, police had been denying, even in their affidavit in court, they said, we don't know him, we don't know his whereabouts. But he was taken from police to court. Now, Honorable Chivumbi is now in jail, nursing injuries. And there is a police doctor's report to that effect. The injuries that were inflicted on him, and he's getting treatment. So they held him for 19 days, beating him up every single day. And as I've said, this is captured in a police doctor's report. Why? Mr. Speaker, the chief, in fact, the commander-in-chief of the armed forces released a statement a short while ago. And he was castigating torture. And it's not the first time that he has done so, Mr. Speaker. Condemning how torture is bad. Saying you cannot use the evidence you've extracted out of torture in court because you can't adduce it. That person told you what they think you want to hear. What baffles me is that this is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. If he's bothered, why is he not taking action against his juniors who are in government doing these things? We want government to help us understand. Is it too much to ask when we say, if somebody has committed an offense or is suspected to have committed an offense, produce them in court, not to take them somewhere, beat them up, after several days, take them to court? Is it too much to ask? And by the way, this is not something that affects only we in the opposition, everybody. The other day we were talking about a colleague. I'm glad after a while she was released, the Honorable Margaret Etilu from Amuria. That's NRM, but she had been disappeared for a while. And several other examples that we can give.
Now,
Mr. Speaker, this was my last point.
yeah, because
So-
rope, you know, the rope is privileged. Okay? Yeah, but it also has a time limit. So I request you, please, just conclude.
And I was concluding, Mr. Speaker. So government needs to talk to us about these three issues: the medical interns, the NGOs suspended, then these missing persons, where are they? But even more important, why is government not shaping up? Arrest people, take them to court, whoever it is, because as we have seen, anyone can be arrested. We've seen vice presidents in this country arrested and taken to jail. So anyone, we are not saying no, some people are above arrest, but do conduct it in a manner provided for in the law. Is that too much to ask?
Thank you. Government, we shall start with the issue of interns.
Right Honorable Speaker, allow me to thank the LOP for these very important matters that affect all of us. Right Honorable Speaker, indeed it is true that interns are being deployed now at their various stations. It is also true that the interns who are government-sponsored have resources, and they are being deployed with resources. The ones who went on private are the ones who don't have resources. The Minister for Health raised this issue in Cabinet, and he was requested to provide more information because it is not only the interns, also the senior house officers need resources, and to make projections about the numbers that we expect every year. So he's yet to present again, and then he will come with a concrete answer. On the issue of the NGOs, Right Honorable, I request that you allow me to inform the Minister of Internal Affairs and also the Presidency to come and make responses to this issue, including the issue of the people who are abducted. I want to take note that it is not the first time LOP is raising it, and it is not the first time we are promising, but I promise to follow up this time. I thank you.
Yeah, but you see, I'm cautious, Chief Whip. I wouldn't want a situation where I'm going to have very many pending statements from government, okay? And you find now business on our side because committees are having business. I have a very important debate going on. I mean, usually how I would propose that if the leader of opposition has asked verbally without presenting a statement, which right he has under our rules, also you should give a verbal answer. We conclude this matter here. Otherwise we shall lag on, you know. I don't know, on the front bench, Minister for Internal Affairs, for Defense, is related to Internal Affairs, and they are cousins. So you can help your cousin on this. That is if you're comfortable, if you feel you're comfortable.
It's related to defense, but like he said, they are missing, so clearly he doesn't know, we also don't know. So we have to find out where, because he called them missing.
Oh, okay.
Since they are missing, we are going to look for them and then come back. I think I'll share with the Minister of Internal Affairs. But because he said they are missing, I can't really know what. Thank you.
Let's leave it at that, since they promised. But these are serious issues. Okay, these are serious issues. Attorney General, you want to add on anything, or you're comfortable that way?
Oh, sorry. Right Honorable Speaker. Words like adopted, abducted, picked, kidnapped, disappeared should not be in our vocabulary. The issue has been brought here before, and I recall the Speaker, Right Honorable Speaker, who was in the chair at that time, stated that this is a very serious matter and it required a special session for the entire House to debate this issue. And that's where it stands today.
Okay, please, let's continue working together the way we've been working. Okay, please, let's continue working together the way we've been working. And the cousin to the Minister of Internal Affairs has promised to link up with the Minister of Internal Affairs. We shall continue asking for updates. Honorable Shamim Marende, colleagues, I have here 21 matters of national importance. Yeah, procedure, Honorable Linus, as you come. I have here 21 matters of national importance. I usually take 5. Okay? And most of the matters are not even matters of urgent nature. They are matters of policy, where the minister would need to go consult the stakeholders. So, colleagues, matters of national importance, they are not issues of me getting a chance to speak in the House. They are issues of urgent nature. You need an urgent intervention, and the minister of CAF can come either give an explanation or give a commitment that is going to work on it. Okay? Yeah, so then issues to do with roads, I will allow the members who have raised these issues, who have brought in issues to do with roads, when we are discussing the statement on the status of roads, I'll give you an opportunity. You raise your issues under that topic. Otherwise, I am not able to take many. Honorable Linus first for procedure, then Honorable Shamim Marende, matters of national importance.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I'm raising on procedure matter number 88 on dress code. Lately, I've been witnessing members coming to plenary with neck scarves around their necks. And yet, in our procedure, in one of our procedure, it's dress code, it is not prescribed. So are we proceeding right if we see members tying ropes around their necks? Should we put them on suicide watch? Because it's not indicated anywhere. Thank you.
No. Honorable Seungu, you've been here for long. I can see you're itching. To say something about that.
Mr. Speaker, sir, not to attack the honorable member, if anything is dealing with you in this dressing to be a point of order. But when it comes to procedural matter, I am seeing an NRM member now has removed her scarf, which is her decency, by the way. It's her decency. Why? So I don't know whether the honorable member wanted to raise a point of order against somebody. The honorable member there, Mr. Speaker, is wearing a Kaunda suit and is putting on his belief.
But Honorable Seungu, you're making a ruling.
Is
this a coup?
Mr. Speaker, I was just seeking for intelligence whether is he proceeding also well by raising a procedural matter which should be a point of order.
All right. No, honorable colleagues, I think our rules, because for example for ladies, ladies are very unique in terms of how you handle them. If they are not putting on jeans, sneakers, you know, ladies, it's always a difficult thing to find them out of procedure in terms of dressing. It's more defined for men, but I think a scarf is not a problem. Maybe if a scarf is if it contains certain content messages which can cause disrepute, but I will share with Honorable Linus later on. He explains to me more. Okay. Honorable Musira, I've just saved you. Now you want to cause trouble. Honorable Marende, Shamim, please. That's a problem of dealing with Rastafarians. You save him. Yes, Honorable Marende.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for this opportunity.
Just Honorable Marende, procedure from Honorable Kabasharira. Sorry.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I appreciate your guidance on matters of importance. You mentioned that those who have issues on roads, they will present them when we are discussing. The committee brings things on roads. May I know when we are likely to have that? Because
Honorable, did you read
things on roads? May I know when we are likely to have that? Because
Honorable, did you read the order paper?
Okay, Mr.
Speaker. It's item number 3 on the order paper. So it's today, in short. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Honorable Marende.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for this opportunity. Shamim Malende, Woman Member of Parliament for Kampala District. Right Honorable Speaker, I rise on a speaker for this opportunity. Shamim Malende, Woman Member of Parliament for Kampala District. Right Honorable Speaker, I rise on a matter of importance regarding the uncollected garbage in Kampala following the National Cleaning Day, which took place on the 25th of July, 2026. While the initiative was intended to improve sanitation and public health, it has collected waste remains on the roadsides of Kampala and in the communities of Lobaga, Kawempe, Machindye, Central, and Nakawa. Right Honorable Speaker, this poses a serious threat to public health and also comes with environmental risks. So I would like to ask the Line Minister to inform this Parliament of the action that they are going to take so that all the uncollected garbage, to inform this Parliament of the action that they are going to take so that all the uncollected garbage is removed on the roadsides and in the communities of Kampala. But also lastly, I would like the Line Minister to inform us what long-term measures the government is putting in place to ensure that future national cleaning exercises are followed by timely waste collection, transportation and disposal. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Government.
Right Honorable Speaker, allow me to appreciate the Honorable Member who clearly appreciated the activity. Honorable Speaker, allow me to appreciate the Honorable Member who clearly appreciated the activity. And I think the activity has very good intentions to ensure that we are healthy. We take note that the first activity clearly showed that we are overwhelmed. However, this morning, this issue has been largely addressed. KCCA is still moving around collecting waste. In future, we are going to have more trucks all over the country because it is a national activity. We are partnering with many other people who are coming on board to support this activity. And we want to promise you that with serious sensitization, it will be better done and there will be no garbage left around. I thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Wimba Beatrice. Honorable colleagues, you don't need to stand up. I have the names ready. I'll be just calling the ones I've chosen.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I'm called Wimba Beatrice, the Woman Member of Parliament for Hoima District. I've come to raise an issue of national importance regarding the withholding and confiscating of people's pass slips and report cards by both government schools and private schools in my constituency, in my district, Hoima. Right Honorable Speaker, guardians and parents are put on pressure to pay for unbudgeted expenditures, especially regarding on due to increased school fees and school requirements. Right Honorable Speaker, directors are waking up early in the morning with their problems, and then they increase school fees and requirements. And this one is bringing pupils dropouts and even high level of absenteeism. I request the Minister of Education and Sports to intervene in this matter so that our pupils do not drop out because it is their right to education. I so submit.
Thank you. You have a Minister for Education. Government Chief Whip, this is a matter, okay, for taking action, not for reporting here. So, Honourable Member, I would propose you write to the Minister through the Government Chief Whip to give details, then they take action, because I don't see the Minister here to make commitment. I would help where necessary in terms of following up. Okay? Honorable Pio Samuel.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I rise on the matter of national importance on the devastation that was caused by the hailstones in Kole North constituency. On Thursday last week, heavy rains and hailstorms poured in 4 parishes in Kole North constituency, causing widespread damage, destroyed fields of maize, cassava gardens, and even beans. 1,268 households were affected, with more than 3,000 acres of farmland destroyed. These were produce that were ready for harvest, and this was even aggravated by the dry spell that has been experienced. Right Honorable Speaker, a report has already been sent to the office of the Prime Minister. However, this is not the first time this incident is happening in this area. Every second rainy season, this area experiences hailstones. So we need intervention beyond just planting materials. My request is therefore that the office of the Prime Minister sends a team alongside Ministry of Water and Environment, Ministry of Agriculture, to assess the situation and come up with permanent solutions to address this issue. Because every year we've been raising this issue, the same area affected by the hailstones. We now need permanent solutions. So that's my prayer. Thank you.
Okay, I have issues of this nature from 3 more members. Let them raise them at once, then you respond together. Honorable Machika Richard will be followed by Honorable Kajwenje and Honorable Janensi.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. On a similar note, I also rise to raise a matter of national importance. On the 29th of July, in the sub-counties of Sopsop and Sere, rain destroyed property, homes, schools, and crops. I have written a letter to the Prime Minister's office, and there's also a report from the disaster committee of the district. As we speak now, Right Honorable Speaker, our people are sleeping under trees. Children are not going to class because the roof were all blown out. We request the Prime Minister to urgently address this matter. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Honorable Kajwenje. Good. Oh, no. Sorry, Honorable Kajwenje. Just let me first pick Honorable Janensi. I'll pick you later because yours is a bit different. The Minister for Tourism is here. Honorable Janensi.
Right Honorable Speaker, I rise on a matter of national importance. My name is Janensi Tumramye, MP, Kashonji County. Right Honorable Speaker, this matter is concerning the collapse of 2 classroom blocks of UPE schools in Chitula sub-county. Right Honorable Speaker, the affected schools are Chamarebe Church of Uganda Primary School and Nyaburunga Primary School that collapsed because of heavy wind and serious rain, and that highlighted the challenge to the pupils and the students as well. Mr. Speaker, I urge government through and the students as well. Mr. Speaker, I urge government through the Ministry of Education and Sports and the Prime Minister to urgently intervene by providing emergency support, including temporary learning facilities, to ensure that pupils continue with their learning without being interrupted. Mr. Speaker, I also urge that the government allocates funds for the reconstruction of those classrooms. Mr. Speaker, education is key to our
Government Chief Whip. Now, Honorable, now you've gone into the narrative of education is key and what? I'm looking at emergency. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Right Honorable Speaker, allow me to...
What? I'm looking at emergency. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Right Honorable Speaker, allow me to appreciate the honorable members for these very serious matters. But also allow me to say that natural disasters are very difficult. Honorable members for these very serious matters. But also allow me to say that natural disasters are very difficult to predict and have permanent solutions to. I commit to remind the Right Honorable Prime Minister and the Minister for Disaster about these issues and then get back to the honorable members, including the issue of the 2 classrooms, to the Minister for Education. I thank you.
Thank you. Now, for the new...
Including the issue of the 2 classrooms, to the Minister for Education. I thank you.
Thank you. Now, for the new colleagues, matters of that nature, emergency, disaster, and all that, especially disaster, the procedure is that the district disaster committee, which is chaired, I think, by the COW, yes, should visit the locusts, make an assessment of the damage, and submit to, by the COW, yes, should visit the locusts, make an assessment of the damage, and submit to the Prime Minister's office. Then, now, they should be giving you a copy so that you follow up as a member. Usually when you're coming here, aren't you to be saying that the District Disaster Committee submitted, but the Prime Minister has not taken any action. People are still suffering, okay? So I just felt I should guide the new MPs, not coming here directly, but going through that procedure. Honorable Kajwenje, procedure, Honorable Enos.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. The rains have started. I'm very sure most of us are going to be coming with these emergencies. Wouldn't it be procedurally right, through you, Right Honourable Speaker, for the Prime Minister to give us a statement on how ready she is to support us in when these emergencies start? Because I'm very sure August, September, we are going to be coming here asking for the same, but with no action. Last rain, the last season, we had similar challenges, and the Prime Minister never supported us. The claims are still there. So I want the Prime Minister's office to come up with a proper report on how ready they are to support us, or how prepared they are during this coming season. Thank you so much, Right Honourable Speaker.
Is that still a procedure matter? When you want the Prime Minister to bring a report and... yeah, but that's a critical point, because, Right Honourable, I think last year, the previous Parliament, 11th Parliament, we were asking for an update to the country on the preparedness for the emergencies, usually from 2 critical entities. One, Office of the Prime Minister. How are you ready to handle emergencies? So that members know that if I come to the Prime Minister's office, they will intervene if our people right. 2, roads. And that's why, on this statement for roads, I think we shall also look at the preparedness, because, colleagues, your new MPs, the points you were using, okay, the grounds you used to hit on your colleagues whom you defeated, now you're going to face the same. Roads are going to be slippery, to be impassable, and people are going to be coming to you. So the minister will need to tell us how ready he will be to do that. So, Right Honourable Leader of Government Business, I don't know if you can commit to prepare a statement in that regard, focusing on preparedness of your ministry, of the Office of the Prime Minister, to handle emergencies, since we are going into the rainy season. Would give you space any time on the order paper if you have the statement.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker, and colleagues, members of Parliament. First, in regard to emergencies, right now we are handling the emergency in the region of Karamoja. We've lost a number of people in Karamoja due to lack of food. But I'm glad to inform the House that starting, I think, a week ago, we have started moving food in Trukaramoja, and we are going to up that activity. In regard to other emergencies that have arisen or will arise, I think let's improve our communication. Apart from raising the issues here in the Parliament, I would encourage honorable members of Parliament, even when we are outside in the ministries, we should share this information. I would encourage honorable members of Parliament, even when we are outside in the ministries, we should share this information so that quicker action can be taken. I thank you, Right Honorable.
Thank you. Honorable Kajwenje. Procedure, Honorable Nambeshe. Today, colleagues, I have over 10 matters of procedure. Wow.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. On matters disaster.
Today, colleagues, I have over 10 matters of procedure. Wow.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. On matters disaster, we have the dictates of the Constitution, Article 249, Mr. Speaker, that requires government to constitute a commission on disaster preparedness and management. But this is a government 40 years down the road has failed to enforce this, to implement this constitutional requirement. Mr. Speaker, is it procedurally proper for a government that is preaching no sleep to sleep on the job?
Thank you. Now, because this has been pending for 40 years, so how old is our constitution? Because this has been pending for 40 years, so how old is our constitution? Okay. So now, is it also right for you to sleep on a job of revising properly and know when the Constitution was enacted? But Honorable Nambeshi is raising a very critical matter. This is one of the issues you should capture in your statement. How far? Because we've been raising it year after year, and it's for the good of this country. And to help the minister, I know you and the Minister of Finance, you will need to caucus on it, okay? You will need caucus on it when you're preparing. You really need to caucus on this issue. Honorable Kajwenje.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. My name is Wilson Kajwenje. I represent Nyabushozi constituency in Chirhura district. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. My name is Wilson Kajwenje. I represent Nyabushozi constituency in Chirhura district. I am here to raise a matter of national concern, national importance, and this concerns destruction of crop, water centers, killing of people, all caused by wild animals from Lake Mburo National Park. For the record, my constituency hosts Lake Mburo National Park, and 5 out of 12 sub-counties share direct borders with the national park. But this time around, Right Honorable Speaker, we have had a catastrophe. Wild animals have descended on people's crop and destroyed them completely. Communal water centers and individual dams have all been destroyed. And these are people who have been food secure for some time. And because of this, they have now been rendered food insecure and they are destitute, hence the outrage. So, Right Honorable Speaker, these sub-counties of Kanyarieru, Sanga, Rwabarata, Sanga Town Council, Akayanja, and Nyakashashara. I have my prayers to make, Right Honorable Speaker. Prayer number 1, my people are in need of relief, first and foremost, in form of food and planting materials. As I said before, these are people who previously did not require any food relief, but all their crops have been destroyed completely. 2, they have sent me to ask government to fence Lake Mburo National Park with electric fence, or in the immediate, at least do trenching, but stop wild animals from destroying their crops. Prayer number 3, compensation to the affected communities. Right Honorable Speaker, the Uganda Wildlife Act, as amended, provided for compensation. Although this has been the case, when it ever comes, it is woefully small and insignificant, and the guidelines leading to that are grossly unfavorable to the communities surrounding the parks. Some animals were ridiculously excluded as if they don't destroy crop. All wild animals compete for grass and forage with those domestic animals, and my people are farmers.
Prayers,
so
Honorable.
Prayer number 4. Right Honorable Speaker, the Act of Revenue Sharing percentages. At the moment, it stands at 20%. We want this to be increased to at least 40%, and this cuts across the whole country. Prayer number 5, reconstruction and digging of communal and individual water centers. Now that rains have come, I beg to move.
Thank you. Is the chair committee on tourism here, or the vice? Because at least the chair was a vice in the previous house. Yes, I know the minister is here. I know the minister is here. But you see, these are issues which you cannot give substantive answers and you conclude here. So why I was asking, I wanted to know, of course I want to allow the minister to speak. I wanted to see whether the minister should bring a statement, full statement, or we take it to the committee so that it is interrogated properly. Okay? It's a problem. Even me, my area, Queen Elizabeth National Park, yeah? We were promised a fence, an electric fence, up to now, every day, you know. It's, and very many members, I know Noya. So, Honourable Minister,
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. I would like to thank Honourable Kajwenge for bringing up this issue. As we are all aware, this is the most common issue regarding human-wildlife conflict. As a ministry, we are doing all we can in our power to ensure that all national parks are fenced off. But this is a very expensive venture. We are doing it step by step. And Right Honourable Speaker, just to inform you, we have a budget to work on the fence from Rukunjiri to Mitoma. Already materials are available and work has started, actually since last week. For Lake Mburo National Park, who already has requested government for a budget to do the fencing. So we've not yet gotten that money, but it has already been planned, and we are going to work as much as possible to ensure that we find resources to fence off the park. And also regarding compensation, we are guided by the Uganda Wildlife Compensation Regulations of 2022, which are undergoing amendment, but WHO also follows procedures to determine how much is compensated, because there's always too much compensation to do. So I would like to request, through you, Right Honourable Speaker, that I engage WHO to come up with a substantive response for my honourable colleague, detailing the entire plan when it comes to fencing off Lake Mburo National Park.
Thank you. Now, Honourable Minister, this is an issue that touches very many colleagues here. Very many, okay? So I'm going to refer the matter to the committee. Now, Honourable Minister, this is an issue that touches very many colleagues here. Very many, okay? So I'm going to refer the matter to the committee on tourism, so that you come with your technical people. We don't put you to task alone. You come with your technical people, and we look into it deeply, and then the committee reports here within 45 days. Then we can debate. But when the committee has exhaustively, especially looking at like the regulations to do with compensation, increasing the percentage for compensation and all that, these are things you need to go and you hand at committee level. So committee, handle, and within 45 days, report back. Honourable Emmanuel Obia. Next item. Colleagues, I have guided the clerk. I want first sort item number 5 and number 6. Then we come back to item 3.
Item 5 on the order paper, motion for reconsideration of the Income Tax Amendment Bill 2026 as returned by the Excellency the President in accordance with Article 91(3)(b) of the Constitution and Rule 145 of the Rules of Procedure.
Honourable Minister for Finance.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, pursuant to Article 91(3)(b) of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda and Rule 149 of our Rules of Procedure, I beg to move a motion for reconsideration of the Income Tax Amendment Bill 2026 as returned by His Excellency the President. I beg to move.
The motion is seconded.
Speaker. Motion seconded.
The motion is seconded by Honorable Musira Genokinara, Enogonyi, Choncho, Hunter, Government Chief Whip, Minister for Foreign Affairs, Acting Minister Kasoro, Hunter, Government Chief Whip, Minister for Foreign Affairs, Acting Minister Kasoro, Minister of State for Tourism, Honorable Wanyoto, Honorable Kasai, Honorable Yamukamba, Minister of State for Investment, Honorable Ntabasi, Honorable Yume, and it's not seconded by the Attorney General. The Attorney General, okay. Attorney General today didn't second. The Attorney General, okay. Attorney General today didn't second. No, please take your seat. Colleagues, by most of you, you know, we had colleagues here in the House, whenever we could say seconding, ex-officials would be the first stand up. Not only Attorney General, it was just on a light note. You're not supposed to, because you're an ex-official. But why I was saying that, we have colleagues, whenever we could say seconded, the first stand up were ex-officials. So I was always battling. Yeah. Colleagues, I've established quorum. We have 263 colleagues in the House and 10 on Zoom. So we have the necessary quorum. I've established quorum. We have 263 colleagues in the House and 10 on Zoom. So we have the necessary quorum. Honourable Minister, would you not love to speak to the motion? Not love to speak to the motion?
Mr. Speaker, sir, His Excellency the President returned Clause 11 of the Income Tax Amendment Bill 2026, observing that the exemption for land-based casinos creates unnecessary opportunities for tax avoidance and revenue leakages. It establishes different tax treatment for substantially similar gaming activities based solely on the platform through which they are conducted. A player participating in gaming activities based solely on the platform through which they are conducted. A player participating in an online casino would pay withholding tax on winnings, while another participating in an identical game conducted within licensed premises would pay no tax. Such differential treatment lacks any objective policy justification because both drive income from the same economic activity. Lacks any objective policy justification because both drive income from the same economic activity. The different tax treatment for the same activity would inevitably encourage taxpayers to structure gaming activities through for the same activity would inevitably encourage taxpayers to structure gaming activities through exempt entities simply to obtain a tax advantage, thereby undermining neutrality, fairness, and the integrity of the tax system. Right Honorable Speaker, the Ministry supports His Excellency the President's position to remove this exemption in order to close the aforementioned gaps while maintaining a fair tax framework. Mr. Speaker, following your announcement about the receipt of the letter by His Excellency the President, this matter was referred to the Committee on Finance, Planning and Economic Development. I appeared before the committee to support the President's position, and the committee has made a report. It is now ready to report back. Mr. Speaker, I beg to submit my justification, and further justification will come through the committee report. I move, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Minister for Finance. Chair, Committee on Finance, present the committee report.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker and honorable colleagues, I stand before you here to present the committee report on the reconsideration of the Income Tax Amendment Bill in the year of our Lord 2026, as returned by His Excellency the President, dated July 2026. Before I proceed, Right Honorable Speaker, I wish to lay on table a copy of the original report I beg to lay. Right Honorable Speaker, I wish to lay on table minutes duly signed on the consideration of the Income Tax Amendment Bill. I beg to lay.
Order, Honorable Msira John.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The rules clearly state that you are supposed to preside over this House in complete silence. On the two wings and even within, let alone that the chairperson is also audibly very low, but still we are interrupting with shouting, talking, murmuring. Is that in order, Mr. Speaker?
Honorable, it's not in order. And please listen to the pleas of Honorable Msira John. Let's listen to it. And please listen to the pleas of Honorable Msira John. Let's listen to each other in silence. For those who are in the corridors, okay, Sergeant at Arms, please talk to them. And usually I call upon whips to help us talk to colleagues on either side of the aisle. but Sergeant at Arms. Thank you, Honorable Msira John. And he also added that you need to be audible, Chair. Okay? I think that was an indirect way of requesting you to be audible. Please, Chair. Okay? I think that was an indirect way of requesting you to be audible. Please.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker, for the guidance. I'll try to shout this time round. As I was saying, that I'm here to present on behalf of members of the Committee on Finance, Planning and Economic Development a report on reconsideration of the Income Tax Amendment Bill, Anno Domini 2026, as returned by His Excellency the President. The report is of July 2026. Before I proceed, I wish to lay on table first a copy of the duly signed report. Right Honourable Speaker, I beg to lay. And the report is signed by over 65.5% of the members in the committee and 100% of the active members. I also beg to lay minutes of the meetings that considered the returned bill. I beg to lay. And lastly, I beg to lay on table a copy of the letter that came from the President on the subject matter. Right Honourable Speaker, I beg to lay. That done, Right Honourable Speaker, this being my maiden report, allow me first to tell the members what I'm going to tell them. And
no,
then,
please, Honourable, please read the committee report. At this stage, you can only read the committee report.
Most obliged. Right Honourable Speaker, I'll first make introductory remarks and then paint the background. I'll state the legal framework.
Honourable, just read the, I don't have time here.
Okay.
Usually we don't read the report in full, okay?
Okay.
Because we have it, we uploaded it early. So I just need you to go straight to the report, verbatim, because you're not allowed to amend or remove anything at this stage.
Thank you for the guidance. On introduction, during the 9th sitting of the first meeting of the first session of the 12th Parliament, held on Tuesday, the 14th of July, the year 2026, the Speaker read a letter from His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda, recommitting Clause 11 of the Income Tax Amendment Bill, the year 2026, to Parliament. Consequently, the Speaker, in accordance with Rule 149 of the Rules of Procedure of Parliament, referred the letter to the Committee on Finance, Planning and Economic Development for expeditious consideration and report back to the House. Background. In April 2026, Parliament considered and passed the Income Tax Amendment Bill 2026. The bill made provision to amend the Income Tax Act to, among others, provide for withholding tax on winnings under gaming and betting as provided for in Section 131. Define what amounts to winnings and exempt winnings paid by a person licensed to undertake a national lottery under the Lotteries and Gaming Act from withholding tax. In its wisdom, Parliament proposed additional amendments to Section 131, further exempting winnings derived from land-based casinos licensed under Lotteries and Gaming Act from withholding tax. The amendment was adopted by the House and subsequently became part of the approved bill that was sent to the President for assent. The President objected to the additional amendment by the House to exempt winnings derived from land-based casinos from the holding tax. He argued that the exemption creates unnecessary opportunities for tax avoidance and revenue leakage since it establishes different tax treatment for substantially similar gaming activities based solely on the platform through which they are conducted. Pursuant to Article 91, 3B and C of the Constitution, through which they are 3B and C of the Constitution, the President recommended Clause 11 of the Income Tax Amendment Bill 2026 for reconsideration. Subsequently, under Rule 149 of the Rules of Procedure, the bill was referred to the committee for reconsideration. What is the legal framework here? The committee's consideration of the bill returned by the President is guided by Article 91 of the Constitution and Rule 149 of the Rules of Procedure of Parliament. Clause 4 of Article 91 requires that where a bill has been returned to Parliament under Clause 3B of Article 91, as is the case with the Income Tax Amendment Bill to the case with the Income Tax Amendment Bill 2026, Parliament is obligated to reconsider it, and if passed again, it is presented for a second time. If passed again, it is presented for a second time to the President for assent. Rule 149.1 of the Rules of Procedure of Parliament requires the Speaker to read the House the request from the President and thereafter refer the bill to the relevant committee in accordance with Rule 149.2 of Rules of Procedure of Parliament, which then considers the recommendations of the President and report to the House within 2 weeks. It is evident from the above rule that a committee to which a bill is returned is obligated to only examine the matters referred to in the President's letter and not to reopen the entire bill for debate or consideration. Under Rule 149.4 of the Rules of Procedure of Parliament, the committee is required to restrict itself to consideration of matters referred to in the letter of the President or to any suggestion relevant to the subject matter of the amendment recommended by the President. When an amendment is to be made to the President's proposal, Rule 149 provides that such an amendment must be relevant, consequential upon, incidental or alternative to an amendment recommended by the President. Due to the above, the committee restricted itself to the amendments contained in Clause 11 of the Income Tax Amendment Bill, the year 2026. What methodology did we adopt? We held meetings, and we held three meetings, 2 in-house meetings and 1 meeting with the Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development with its associated agency, URA. We also did document review, and in here, we reviewed the letter from the President dated the 10th July 2026. We reviewed the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda. We reviewed the Rules of Procedure of Parliament of Uganda. We reviewed the Income Tax Amendment Bill, the year 2026. We reviewed the Income Tax Act and the report of the Committee on the Income Tax Amendment Bill, the year 2026. Now, committee's observations and recommendations. Right Honorable Speaker and dear honorable colleagues, the committee examined the Income Tax Amendment Bill 2026 and the President's request and agrees with the President that the exemption granted to land-based casinos will create unnecessary opportunities for tax avoidance and revenue leakage, since it establishes different tax treatment for substantially similar gaming activities based solely on the platform through which they are conducted. The committee further notes that the different tax treatment for the same gaming activity is discriminatory and will encourage taxpayers to ensure total structure, gaming activities through exempted activities, thereby undermining the principle of neutrality, fairness, integrity of the tax system. The committee also notes that exempting land-based casinos from withholding tax will result in tax leakage. In order to plug this leakage, there is need to remove this exemption in order to restore the original measure proposed in the bill, thus making the original projection of 65 billion Uganda shillings realizable. In conclusion, the committee recommends that Clause 11 be reconsidered and approved as requested by the President. I beg to submit.
Thank you. Thank you, Chair. Chair, I understand. Chair, you still have work to do from the record you sent to me. Sportsmanship.
Honorable Speaker, as integral part of the report, we have the Mainto report, signed by... No need, don't mind that.
Just call the member to present the minority report. Is Honorable Javira?
May I therefore request my honorable colleague, Honorable Javira, to make his presentation.
Thank you. Thank you, Chair. That's the emphasis that these issues are not personal. We disagree to agree, and we do it in as colleagues.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, pursuant to Rule 215 of the Rules of Procedure of Parliament, Right Honourable Speaker, pursuant to Rule 215 of the Rules of Procedure of Parliament, of this Parliament, we hereby present a dissenting opinion from the opinion in the majority report. Right Honourable Speaker, our point of dissent is hinged on a matter of violation of the rules of procedure. While Article 91 of the Constitution makes no express limitation for the President to return bills within the term of office, in line with Article 94, sub-Article 1, the Constitution empowers Parliament to regulate its own procedures,